So today I'm going to show you how I normally gather fabric. A lot of patterns have gathers in them, and I used to absolutely hate gathering, but I thought that this might be a helpful tip for a lot of people who hate gathering like I used to hate gathering. And then I found a way on my machine that it almost gathers for you, and there's no extra foot involved. It's just about changing the settings on your sewing machine. So I'm just going to be using this piece of fabric. Let's say I want this whole area to be gathered, but you can do this on dresses that need a large area gathered. It doesn't matter. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to go up here on your upper tension, and you're going to put it all the way to the end. So mine is 9. Then on your stitch width, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do 5. On your stitch length, you're going to go all the way up to as far as you can. So mine's 4. That's all you're going to do. Then you're going to go over here and just make sure that your thread is pretty long, because you want some room to work with. I'm just going to say that I want my gather to start right about here. And then I'm just going to put my fabric under there. This is a walking foot, but you don't need a walking foot in order to do this. It's just what I like to use, especially with slippery fabric, but you can just use your normal foot that comes with your machine. So you're going to put your piece of fabric down, and you're just going to start sewing. As you can see back here, it's starting to gather my fabric for me, and I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is sewing. It might start to get bunched, so you just got to move it out of the way. Just kind of feed it along so that the area doesn't get stuck under your presser foot. So I forgot to mention that. In the beginning, you're not going to backward stitch, you're just going to continue to forward stitch, and then the same at the end. You're not going to finish off with a backward stitch. You're going to lift your presser foot, make sure you get a pretty good length at the end, and snip it off. Here's what this looks like after I've taken it off of the sewing machine. As you can see, it actually gathers my piece of fabric evenly for me, and all I did was put it in the sewing machine and sew it like normal. Yeah, you are going to have to finagle how much these gather on some of your patterns, but I found that this gathers really well, and then you're not having to gather your whole piece of fabric from the beginning, because that can take a lot of time. So this kind of does the gathering work for you, and then you can kind of let some gather a little bit more if you need it. So this is how I gather most of my fabric, and let me just say, it has made gathering so much more simple. I no longer hate it. So I hope that was a helpful tip for you guys.